Arrival, 2016. When 12 alien vessels appear across the world, humanity freezes in stunned fear, and linguist Louise Banks mourns quietly in her university office, haunted by memories of a daughter she believes she lost. Colonel Weber recruits her to communicate with the visitors, called heptapods, whose motives remain unknown. Alongside physicist Ian Donnelly, Louise travels to a hovering craft in Montana, entering a gravity-shifting chamber where the beings project circular ink symbols. Louise realizes language, not weapons, will determine whether humanity survives, and she begins carefully building a bridge of understanding between two very different species. Inside the misty chamber, Louise and Ian remove their protective suits, choosing vulnerability over fear, and present themselves openly to the heptapods. One of them, later called Abbott, produces a logogram that seems to represent an entire sentence rather than a word. Louise writes her own name, offering identity as the first step of communication. Through repeated visits, she documents their written language, discovering it is non-linear, where beginning and end exist simultaneously. Each symbol contains layered meaning, forcing Louise to abandon human grammar and think in new patterns, even as global tensions rise outside the ship. As other nations struggle to translate the heptapod's message, misunderstandings spread rapidly, with China and Russia suspecting invasion. Louise, however, experiences strange visions of a child she has not yet had, moments of joy and heartbreak blending into her present reality. These flashes confuse her but also deepen her empathy. She starts to realize the alien language may be reshaping her perception of time itself. Meanwhile, the team deciphers a crucial phrase, offer weapon, which some interpret as a threat, while Louise believes it might mean offer tool, highlighting the danger of linguistic ambiguity. Military leaders grow impatient, demanding clear answers, while soldiers stationed at the Montana site begin to panic. A rogue group plants explosives inside the alien craft, convinced humanity must strike first. Louise and Ian narrowly survive the blast, and Abbott is fatally injured. The surviving heptapod Costello continues communicating, sharing a final set of logograms that seem even more complex. Louise understands that fear-driven reactions could destroy everything, so she risks her own safety by re-entering the damaged chamber alone. There, her exposure to the language accelerates, unlocking a deeper, unsettling awareness of future events. Louise now perceives time as the heptapods do, not as a straight line but as a complete circle. She realizes the visions of her daughter are not memories but glimpses of a life yet to come. The aliens have come to give humanity this gift, a way to see beyond cause and effect, because in the future humans will help them in return. However, the world is on the brink of war, as international communications break down. Louise must act quickly, using her newfound foresight to prevent catastrophe and ensure the heptapod's message is truly understood. Through her visions, Louise sees herself years later speaking at a diplomatic gala, where she learns a crucial private phrase spoken by China's general. Using this knowledge in the present, she steals a satellite phone and contacts him, repeating his wife's dying words to prove her insight. Shocked and moved, he calls off his attack, restoring fragile peace. One by one, other nations follow, realizing the aliens are not enemies. The heptapods depart, leaving behind their language as a gift to humanity, knowing Louise will carry its legacy forward, even though it will bring her personal sorrow. With the crisis over, Ian confronts Louise about her cryptic behavior, sensing she knows more than she shares. Though she loves him, she cannot explain her future knowledge without altering what must happen. She accepts that knowing the pain ahead does not erase the beauty of what will come. The heptapod's language continues to shape her mind, making her experience every moment with profound clarity. Louise understands that free will and destiny can coexist, and that choosing love, even with heartbreak guaranteed, is still a choice worth making, echoing the aliens' belief in embracing the entirety of existence. Louise's story shifts gently into her future, where she and Ian begin a relationship that leads to the birth of their daughter Hannah. Louise treasures every smile, every laugh, knowing these moments are finite. Hannah grows curious and bright, but illness eventually claims her life, fulfilling the visions that once haunted Louise. Ian, unable to bear the knowledge that Louise foresaw this tragedy, leaves her. Still, Louise does not regret her choices, because the love she experienced was real and complete. Through her understanding of time, she holds both joy and grief together, accepting them as inseparable parts of life. The film reveals that the heptapod's gift was not merely communication, but a radical new way of being human. By learning their language, people can transcend linear time, seeing their lives as whole stories rather than fragmented moments. Louise becomes a bridge between species and between past and future, guiding humanity toward a more thoughtful, compassionate existence. The arrival of the aliens was never about invasion, but about cooperation across time. Their visit reminds humanity that understanding, patience, and careful listening are more powerful than fear, and that even painful knowledge can lead to deeper appreciation of every fleeting second we are given. In the end, Arrival tells a quiet yet profound tale of communication, choice, and love. Louise's journey shows that knowing the future does not strip life of meaning. Instead, it can make every moment more precious. The heptapods leave Earth, but their influence remains, guiding humanity toward a future built on shared language rather than conflict. As Louise continues her life, she embraces both the happiness and sorrow she knows will come, understanding that they define each other. Through circular time and alien words, the story affirms that connection, not certainty, is what truly makes existence worthwhile.